Yo, what's up, guys? Wow. I cannot believe the performance the Toronto Raptors just put on, guys. Give the Raptors, guys, a round of applause, man. What a game this was by the Raptors, guys. Absolutely destroying the Orlando Magic tonight, guys. 139-87, guys. A 52-point win tonight for the Raptors in a massive game tonight for them or against the Orlando Magic, guys. This game here, I think we'd all agree, was very important for the Raptors this season. Orlando in one of the play-in spots, 2 games back of the Raptors, guys. This was an important game for the Magic. If they had won tonight, it'd be a game back of a top 6 position. But the Raptors tonight, after starting up the game very slowly, Orlando comes out really strong. Starting off the game, the game gets up to 20-14. Orlando shooting the ball really well. They decided to take out a couple of their players. Guys like Bane and Suggs, of course, and Banchero. And then the Raptors just decided, okay, it's time to feast. Because, my God, what I saw after that timeout, Coach Darko made, the Raptors came out hungry like wild animals, man. Like a pack of wolves, for God's sakes. This was an absolute destruction for 4 bloody quarters tonight. It couldn't have come at a more perfect moment in the season, with the Raptors. This was a massive game, like I said, guys, against Orlando, a team that's trying to hunt you down in the playoff spot there. You needed to have a massive performance tonight, showed the urgency, the hunger, and the Raptors did it tonight, guys. Just alone, in that first quarter, the Raptors shot 62%, 56% from 3, guys. We're 100% from the free throw line. They had 10 assists on 13 made field goals, guys. 18 fast break points in the first quarter alone. That's the most this season, guys. I think it's the most in franchise history as well for most fast break points in a quarter, guys. 14 points on turnovers, guys. 12 turnovers in one quarter by the Orlando Magic, guys. They had 19, I'm pretty sure, in total in the first half, guys. Yeah, they had 19 in total in the first half. Absolutely incredible, to say the least, guys. Raptors had 16 points in the paint. They had, like I said, 10 assists and 7 steals on top of it as well in just the first quarter alone. Mamu had 2. Scotty had 2. Those 2 there combined for 21 after a quarter. It was absolute destruction, guys. And then after, my God, did we see some history on our hands here. To see the Toronto Raptors break NBA history, to break the record for the longest streak there for points, guys. A 31-0 run is the longest point streak, guys, in play-by-play era history. Like, that is nuts. In the play-by-play era, to have a 31-0 run, the longest in history, without another team responding with the basket. Incredible to me what I witnessed with the Raptors in that sequence there, guys. Incredible how they were defensively, their ball movement, their ways that they were breaking down Orlando's defense, their shot-making ability in this game. It was spectacular, guys. And without Emmanuel Quickly, no CMB, no Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes was obviously controlling the court, guys, being the point guard tonight. And listen, just again, Scotty's just showing tonight why he might have to be the full-time point guard, guys. Scotty has 49 assists in 5 straight games. Like, that is absolute. I think it's 4 or 5 straight games, but that is absolutely insane to me, guys. The numbers Scotty has been putting up. Like, it is insane what he's been doing. The ball movement that he's possessing, the IQ that he has, the shots he was making today at halftime. He had 16 points on 6 and 9 shooting, plus 7 assists. He was fantastic in the first half. Mamu had 17. He was 7 of 11 from the field. Mamu was driving the lane, making 3-pointers. He was all over the place. Had some steals as well. He was a plus 22. Mamu Kelishvili, guys, at one point in this game. He was outstanding as well. You had Darko as well getting deep into the rotation tonight. You saw AJ Lawson get some minutes tonight. Saw Grady Dick get some minutes. You saw Elijah Martin get some minutes tonight, guys. Everybody was getting some minutes tonight and being productive as well. Loved what A.J. Lawson brought tonight to the table. He was really good tonight, A.J. Lawson. Guys, A.J. Lawson finishes off the game with 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting. You know, that's a really solid game for A.J. Lawson, guys. You know, who doesn't play very much, but takes advantage of the opportunity that he's been given. And I thought he was solid as well today, guys. The second half, I think we can all agree, it was an absolute wash. This game was over by halftime. The Magic had no bloody answer, you know, and they were talking like it was a game 7 of the NBA playoffs. God almighty, if that's the case, you guys need to go back to the drawing board. Now, I understand the Magic were missing guys like Anthony Black and Franz Wagner there, guys, but my God, this was a major indictment on the Orlando Magic. This was an absolutely horrendous performance by them, but that is also due to the fact that the Raptors were just absolutely incredible today, guys, for all 4 quarters of this game, guys. Like, listen, the Raptors in all 4 quarters were just outscoring Orlando in every way. They outscored Orlando 38-20 in the first, 32-23 in the second, 43-25 in the third, and then 26-19 in the fourth. The Raptors were just outstanding, guys. You had Jamal Shead dunking. You had Scotty with a couple posterizer dunks there. Everybody was getting the basketball tonight. Everyone was being productive in this game tonight, guys. The Raptors were absolutely spectacular in this game. Scotty finishes off with 23 and 15, guys. Most assists in Scotty Barnes' career. 15 assists tonight. Just incredible to see, guys. Emmanuel Quickly, if I was him, I'd be a little bit worried about his job for next year, of course. The Raptors might have to seriously consider playing Scotty full-time at the 1 there, guys, like I mentioned there, because this guy here, he just brings out his full repertoire when he has more of the basketball in his hands there, guys. And we saw it again tonight. We've seen it in past games. Scotty is just so fantastic when he's running the offense, you know, doing what he does on defense, you know, having 100 blocks, 100 steals, you know. Scotty is just such a unique player, guys, in the NBA. One of the most unique players I've seen in quite some time, and he's only going to get better as the years go on. You know, RJ was solid as well tonight, 24 points, 8 of 14 from the field. But what I'm really glad about with RJ was 8 for 8 from the free throw line. That's what I want to see from RJ. Perfect from the free throw line there. He has his struggles at the free throw line there, guys. I think we'd all agree on that. So RJ making his free throws tonight was absolutely perfect for the game he had tonight, guys. You had, obviously, Jakob Poeltl with 11 and 7. Quiet game for Jakob tonight, guys. I think we can all agree on that. Not his best game, but he didn't need to be great tonight. Didn't really matter for him. Jamal had 12 and 10. Double-double for Jamal. She had 12 points, 10 assists on 23 minutes, guys. Jamal was great tonight as well, guys. Really liked Jamal's game tonight. 4 or 5 from the field as well. Really solid game for Jamal. Was tight defensively. Facilitated the basketball beautifully. Made some shots. Had that dunk like I mentioned as well. Solid game tonight for Jamal. Jacoby, 11.6 rebounds, 4 of 8 shooting, guys. Jacoby's shooting's only getting better. Did struggle a little bit at the beginning of the game, but got a little bit better as the time went on, of course. But he obviously had a little bit more of a quiet game than last game, of course, where he had 18 points. But Jacoby is still being very productive. Love what he's bringing to the table for the Raptors there, guys. You know, Grady had 11 on 23 minutes on 5 of 11 shooting. You know, even in a game where it was a blow, Grady looked a little bit shaky at times, but he had some good baskets in this game. Obviously not the best game for him, of course, playing 23 minutes, but quite a bit of minutes tonight for Grady compared to what we saw him last season, of course. So Grady's playing a little bit more in this game compared to recent games, of course, where he's been sitting on the bench a lot this season because he's obviously hasn't deserved the minutes because he's been turning the ball over a lot, not making his shots, not playing good defense. But I thought he played okay tonight. But like I said, this game was over by the third quarter. It was garbage time way past, you know, halfway through the third quarter, I would say, guys. You know, so it was a blow. Mamu finishes off with 19 and 21 minutes, guys. You had Lawson, like I mentioned, 14 points on 19 minutes there. Martin had some minutes as well, 14 minutes, 8 points. Elijah played some decent minutes tonight, guys. Mobile played 10, got 2 points. Trace Jackson-Davis played 10, 4 minutes. These guys got some minutes tonight, which is great to see, but the Magic tonight were just atrocious tonight. De Silva finishes with 12. Suggs with 13, Bane with 17, Banchero finishes off with 9. The Orlando Magic have been slumping as of late. You know, you don't have your superstar performing tight in a massive game like this. The Magic have some questions to ask themselves before the end of the season and going into the offseason, regardless how their season ends. But not a great game for the Magic tonight. An absolute destruction tonight for the Raptors. You know, it was beautiful to see, guys. 57% shooting-wise for the Raptors, guys, from the field. 45% from three-point land there, guys. 53 rebounds for the Raptors compared to Orlando's 47 there, guys. It was Absolute destruction. 41 assists, guys, on 54 made field goals. Listen, when you're facilitating the basketball, moving the ball around, defenses are moving all over the place. As we saw in this game tonight, Orlando had no answer for the Raptors offense tonight. And the way they facilitate the basketball, it was spectacular to see tonight, guys. And then you had, like I said, 20 steals tonight, guys. Holy shit, man. 20 steals. Like that is nuts to me, man. I've not seen steals like that before. The amount of steals like that in one game before. Insane to me. 82 points in the paint tonight. My God, it was destruction, guys. It really was. 39 fast break points. 37 points in the paint there, guys. 11 turnovers for the Raptors compared to the 28 that the Magic had. Oh, my God. I'm astounded at seeing these numbers from what I've seen from the Raptors tonight, guys. It was absolutely one of the biggest one-sided games I've seen this season by the Raptors, guys. And on top of it all, what some good news is, you had Miami losing tonight to Indiana. Siakam comes up big tonight with 30 points and 11 rebounds. Charlotte lost to Boston tonight as well, guys. So Raptors get more comfortable in the top 6 spot there. You got some difficult games coming up. You got Detroit coming up. Sacramento's an easy game. You got to win that game there, guys. But some really difficult games coming up. Boston's on the schedule as well. Not some easy games. Memphis and Sacramento are the 2 easy games on the schedule coming up. You got some very difficult games coming up. Atlanta's playing well. Even though Charlotte lost tonight, they're playing some good ball. Philadelphia's playing some good ball. You're getting Seattle. They got Embiid back and George and Maxey back. They're going to be scary down the stretch, the 76ers, if they can stay healthy and continue to play. They are playing after beating Charlotte the other night as well by 4 points, 118-114. So that was a solid win by the Sixers. They're breathing down the Raptors next. So are the Hawks. So Raptors got to continue playing this way the rest of the season. Was this a one-off? I hope it wasn't. I hope the Raptors can play with this type of intensity and urgency the rest of the way, guys, going into the playoffs as well. But this was a fantastic game to say the least, guys. If the Raptors can play this way for the rest of the season, it will be absolutely massive for them. I don't expect them to, but anywhere of this level of play down the stretch, I will not be complaining regarding that, guys. But this was absolute destruction tonight. Everybody was fantastic in this game tonight. Kudos to the Raptors. They played one half tonight and absolutely destroyed the Magic. And the second half, they could just cruise on and find a way to win this game, guys. Rest their starters in the fourth and get ready for the Pistons, guys. That's going to be a very difficult game. Then you got the Magic, the Kings, on the second night of a back-to-back. Both games are at 8 o'clock. We'll see what happens in that game, guys. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinion on this one, guys. If you like this video, subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Raptors, go as always, guys. See you guys on the next episode of Raptors Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.